everyone. I'm gonna make a clarification right now. I will not be calling myself Shu or Riedal when I own up to this. I want you all to call me by my actual nickname that I actually go by in real life. You all can call me Angel. And I just want to admit to the things I have done. I don't want to pretend anymore, and I want to be real. I am shedding the VTuber persona and being me when writing the actual Google document for people to read, but also talking, because a Google document is never going to suffice. It's better if I use my own words. Before we get into anything, I need to make things extremely clear. Do not harass the people I truly love. No one connected to me should be harassed for my actions. So please, to the people I have hurt, aim it directly only at me. I am not perfect, just like any other person. And to the people who want to protect me, please don't. Don't say I didn't do anything wrong. I'm owning up to my actions as a human being. Because I truly want to move on and apologize for this stuff I have done. What I'm not going to do in this apology is show screenshots, because I don't want to hurt anyone else. I really don't. My words can be shit to other people, but I am speaking from the heart, and I'm owning up to everything that I have done. In the past, I have shit-talked VTubers. I admit it. I have done this in the past, and I am not proud of it. I vented how I was feeling so many VTubers when I was hurt. It was completely wrong of me. Nothing can change from a year ago, and deep down, I truly cannot be forgiven for this unless I can only show and improve as I am. And that's the honest truth. I can only show improvement and only gain people's forgiveness by trying to be better. And that's all I want. You can accept what I'm saying, or you don't accept it, and that's perfectly fine. In the past, as Riedal, as someone who had a large audience of 10K at the time, I have called out people that led to harassment, which I am not proud of. Back then, I could have handled situations better, but I didn't think and called out instead when stuff didn't need to be public, even jumping on the bandwagon. I am being truthful when I say this, and I know everyone can agree with me that what I have done as Riedal was not okay. I have done stuff that I'm always going to remember and always will face in therapy, because I did do wrong things. And I need to honestly say this with my own mouth. And if charges are brought to my attention, I am fully accepting of it. I have done revenge porn to 2 of my exes, and only those 2. In the time frame as Riedal, I have received nudes and I never shared them. When other people have been sexual with me and they sent me their nudes, I have never saved them, nor did I ever actually send them to anyone else. What I did to my ex and Neo, it wasn't okay. I had a moment where I was malicious, and I'll admit this right now. I was malicious. I was hurt in our relationship. And because I was hurt, I was broken, I took that step to hurt them in the worst way possible. I still, to this very day, still feel horrible for what I've done. And I have apologized to Neo, and he has forgiven me for it. And I know I didn't apologize to Jer, because I can admit this. I was upset with him. I didn't want to apologize to him before. Mainly because he had hurt me so bad. But it doesn't matter, because I did do something wrong. Revenge porn is a crime, and it's the worst thing myself as a person can do. Jer, if you're listening to this, I am so very sorry for what I've done. And I'll admit it, our relationship was toxic, and I will take the fault for everything that happened. I will take the fault for everything. I won't talk about what happened in our relationship because it doesn't need to be public. I don't want to hurt you anymore because I need to move on for what happened. Because that pain that I had to deal with, it was not right. And I cannot erase the past, and I don't expect you to forgive me. I just hope you honestly, hopefully forgive me in the future. Even if you cannot, that's perfectly fine. I'm saying this with my heart and soul, where I am truly sorry for what I've done to you. And I'll take responsibility and accountability for everything that I have done. Because I am truly, truly sorry for what I have done to you. And I wish I could have handled better in our relationship. And I truly mean that with all my heart. As my time as Riedal, I was constantly being the sword and shield for so many friendships. And it's a toxic mindset to have, to constantly protect the people that you care about and constantly be on guard and attack other people for it. I want to apologize to Hikiko Hara for what I have done. In the past, as Riedal, I was protecting a friend. I was protecting an ex-friend who had told me that Hera was stalking them. And I believed it, thinking, okay, well, I know my friend's not gonna lie to me about it. And I truly believed her when she said that she was being stalked and everything. I truly believed you were stalking my ex-friend with your alternate accounts, but I never took the time to hear you or your partners out. And for that, I am sorry. To that point, I was helping my ex-friend. I'll admit, I should have never been involved as it was not my battle. When I did learn the truth, I felt guilty over my actions and still to this very day. I told my ex-friend to pretend that we were fighting because at the time, I truly believed in them that they never had other alternate accounts to stalk or harass others. And as people have seen the DMs where I did tell my ex-friend to pretend, they were purged. and rightfully so. I'm not going to go into details of what happened in those DMs because it's not necessary. It is not necessary. But I do want to say this to my ex-friend, who I did learn was Canon Rose. But I want to address this as to you, Poppy, because that's who I known you as. I did care for you, and I truly did care for you as a friend. I did truly look up to you as a big sister. But I'll admit it, our friendship was toxic. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I was the victim of it when both of us truly have hurt each other. I am sorry about everything. And I mean that. But I need to say this because this really did hurt, is when it came to my miscarriage, you did talk horribly about it. And I understand you did it because you were hurt. I am telling you from my mouth, it hurt me a lot. But it can never erase the pain that we brought to each other. And I'm admitting that right now. Poppy and Maverick, I am so sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't have done enough. I am sorry for everything that I have done to you too. I just want you to understand that from my point of view, I am sorry that I didn't do enough, as I did try my best. And that's all I can say. And I know you won't forgive me, and that's perfectly fine. But coming from the heart, I am sorry. And I hope one day you can forgive. Even if you can't. Another thing that I am admitting right now, I do have dissociative identity disorder. And I have let myself get triggered on the daily basis where I have hurt people with my mental illness. I am not excusing it. I'm not sitting here and using it as a shield. Because even if I cannot control it, I still hurt people in the end. And that's hard. It's hard to fucking, know that your mental illness, something you cannot control, has hurt people. But I am saying this from my heart. I am so sorry to the people who I have hurt. And use my DID. If my alters have hurt you, I am so sorry. If I have hurt you, I am so very sorry. I am apologizing that I am truly sorry for what had happened, and I'm going to apologize nonstop. There was a claim that I have been stealing people's partners. And I am going to admit this as the truth. I will not mention their name because I still care about them a lot. And I am so sorry I deceived him as Shu. I am truly, truly sorry. This person and I messed around behind their partner's back. I truly loved them and they were honest with me about how they felt. In my own text message in my cell phone, I ended it because I didn't want to be in a secret relationship anymore, and that's the truth. I loved them so much and I couldn't do it anymore. And I know a lot of people are going to ask, why would you do a horrible thing? Why would you do that? Like, you're a homewrecker and all that stuff. And I'll be real, yes, I am. I'm gonna say that point blank, period. What I did was awful. At the time, I didn't care. And I just chose my own happiness. I chose my own happiness because I truly loved this person. And he truly loved me back, and it hurt. I never forced them, as we both revealed, for having feelings for one another for 2+ years, and that's the honest truth. I do care about this person, and I'm so sorry. I am so very sorry I have hurt you. As Shu, I never wanted to get close again. But my heart broke because I truly did want to start over. But what I did isn't okay or right. If you want to talk to me, even yell at me, I am ready for it. Because in the end, I did hurt you. And I'll admit that right now. And I am so very sorry. What I've done is nothing compared to what I've done to you. And I am so very sorry. I know people are gonna hear this and be like, oh, she's just fake crying. No. I truly care about this person to this very day. I was hurt when everything had happened. I took their love and the friendship for granted. I should have pulled away. But I didn't, because I truly loved and cared for them when I was Riedal. And I truly mean that, because I did really love this person. I'm not sharing any of our DMs. None of it. Why? Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't truly fucking matter. Because in the end, what happened happened. And I know that, like, they can't admit it, and it's okay. I don't want you to admit it. I'm saying it for my voice, what happened between us, and taking accountability, and I am so sorry. And like I said, my DMs is always open. If you even hear, like, this video, I am so sorry. I am so very sorry for everything. Sorry, I'm just getting water so I can calm down. Another thing I need to admit to the public. I did give Ollie Rain the pictures of Pandora saying the N-word. At the time, I was hurt with what Pandora had done to me, that I did make a server where we talked about it with other people. I truly felt guilty about Pandora's actions, that I'll own up for protecting her, and I truly didn't know about the grooming until I talked to my ex-friends about it, and I felt so guilty. I feel like I still let them down and that I did not believe them. And I am so sorry to them because I did let them down. They didn't trust me enough to tell me, and they were minors at the time, and I felt horrible. Ollie, if you are listening or reading the document, I did beg you not to dox her. I know my ex-friend Floof won't admit it either, but for what happened, I am taking accountability for it, as I am the main cause of this situation. I didn't lie when I said I was doxxed in another community, and in that community, I am sorry. I am owning up to my actions and shouldn't have been part of the problem. There's one thing about spreading awareness, but there's another part of people getting hurt. I am owning up. I am sorry. To my ex-friends, I truly didn't know what Pandora has done. And that is the honest truth. At first, I didn't believe it, mainly because this girl was my in real life best friend who I truly cared for, and I know so many people told me not to be friends with her because of how she is, but I didn't listen. I kept her in my life because I truly cared, but when I saw how she hurt other VTubers in the process, I stayed silent. But the moment our friendship soured, it ended, it was toxic and sour on both ends. And this is for Pandora. I'm not sure if she's still here, but I'm saying this right now. I don't want to lie for you anymore or cover up anything. We have done bad things that we are not proud of. I am sorry that you were doxxed and I was the domino effect of that. I will take accountability of that. And if you want to press charges, you can go right ahead. In Hellcast, I truly was hardly in it. I was in their server time and time, but everything with Neo and Pandora, even Gordon, is when I was truly more active in. I was introduced to Ollie Rain by Nova. That's where he talked about the stuff with Gordon and Shimiku. I still care about Ollie and the others even if we have done bad things. But it doesn't change my involvement with Hellcast. I'll take full accountability on the doxings that had happened while I was part of Hellcast. I own up to it as a former member. I know there are talks of a swatter who was involved in Hellcast, and all I can tell you, and the truth is, I do not know them. Mainly because when I left, I didn't know that there was a swatter amongst the ranks. I didn't know that. I will own up to everything I have done. I may have hidden my identity as Shu, but in my heart I truly wanted to support and love everyone, even if it hurt everyone to do so. No one needs to forgive me for the things I have done. But as Shu, I was happy talking to the people as myself that I couldn't do as Riedal. I was lucky and so very happy that people liked the true me. But deep down, I knew it was wrong. I made it clear in my boundaries I was only comfortable using text-to-speech, not because I was afraid of being discovered, but I truly wanted a second chance as a different person. But that is not my decision. I confessed to the person I loved in DMs because I didn't want to hide who I was, as they mean so much to me. When I asked about boundaries in DMs, I wanted to be respectful and different, even showing people I cared about their boundaries. Did I make people mistrust me as Shu? Yes, 100%. Were people sexual with me not knowing I was Riedal? Yes. But I made my boundaries clear to them. There's been moments when people sent me videos and pictures and I sent them back because I trust them. I even made it clear that they can delete it because I deleted mine in the process as well. I never force anyone to do erotic roleplay. I let others initiate it because I wanted them to be comfortable and safe. I understand I deceived everyone hiding who I was, but please know I was not doing this as malicious. I truly wanted a second chance to prove I have grown, but was too afraid to come out. I am owning up to everything. Yes, using text to speech is being deceitful, and I'll admit that. And I know a lot of people in the blacklist would use that option to hide who they truly are. But for me, when I used the text to speech, I truly wanted to be friends with people again. I wanted to love and support. I didn't want drama. I have never even talked about drama. The only times I have talked about drama when my boundaries were disrespected. And that was it. The telonym, I removed that. I wanted to show people I could be different as Shu. Even if people didn't know it was me. I messed up. I truly did mess up. And I know no one can forgive me for that. But as my time as Shu, I was so happy to talk to people. And I even cared about the people who did talk to me as Shu. And I mean that with all my heart. I want them to succeed. I wanted them to have love and support. Because I was really happy for them. And I truly, truly cared for them. And if they don't forgive me, it's okay. I did hide who I was. I was deceitful. Yes, I was sexual and everything. And yes, I tried hiding my personal stuff because I just didn't want to hurt no one, and I wanted to respect people and show them that I did change. But in the end, I did something horrible, and I'm owning up to it. And we're going to talk about the things that I need to discuss, as my best friend Megan, who has lived with me, even worked with me, has been there for. Mind you, she isn't here, and she was going to talk about this, but I wanted to start without her. I wanted to talk as myself. One of the claims on the blacklist saying that I lied about sexual assault. This is not true. I never lied about it. I took back consent during the Discord call and spoke with the person, with my own partner and Celeste, in a call, which I'll admit I recorded because I didn't trust them, as they told me to my face that my mic cut out. My best friend Megan, who knows this person in the group, took me to the urgent care center, and she was there for me when I bled, even cried. I don't want to show the proof where I took back consent because I learned from a mistake when I called it out as Riedal. I am protecting them and the others involved because I care and I forgive them for what happened. But I need to make this very clear. I did pass out because I was overstimulated. Not everyone is the same. So please, do not invalidate what I went through, as this was very traumatic for me. I will say this publicly. I was extremely hurt, and back then truly believed it was my fault because I forgot my safe word and couldn't turn off the toy. But I made it clear that I said wait and stop. Those were very clear words of taking back consent. I was told by people in the server where it happened and where it was talked about in a voice call. Megan was with me during all of this, even overhearing the people in my Discord DM calling and telling me how this person was shit talking me, how the group were laughing about what happened. I'll admit it, I burst into tears. When I was told this, I didn't want to believe the people I called family would do that. So I asked 3 people who were involved directly, "Did you hear me say wait and stop?" To which they responded, yes. Meaning my mic was never cut out. I was gaslit into believing it was my fault. This call with Celeste involved was to get closure. I told this person in DMs after the call, I withdrew my consent. I bled. I cried. It'll take so much time. To which he responded with, I know, that's why I'm saying I understand. Back then, I truly wanted to see the good in this person and the others. I was comfortable sharing my experience, but I never wanted to name the person or anyone involved. To the people who were involved, I am begging you all to stop denying what happened. I had nightmares and night terrors every single day on what happened. You all can accept I'm scum. I'm rotten to the core, even worse than someone who should die, and I'll admit that. Everyone in this situation, we are not innocent, and I'll be truthful about it. I'll own up to my actions because I was hurt from what happened. This was the most traumatic experience in my life. I should have screamed. I should have ripped the toy out of me. I should have turned off the controller. When I was told you all laughed at what happened to me, I cried, even worse, viewed you as all monsters. I've been in therapy trying to forgive you all for what happened, and if you can never forgive me, that is fine. It is completely okay. I'm sorry for putting you all through so much pain. I ask and plead to you all, please don't invalidate what happened to me. It wasn't a sex play that went wrong. My own family, friends, even my therapist even said what I went through was sexual assault because I withdrew consent. I said no. I will publicly say, even though I took back my consent, it does not erase the hurt that has been caused on both ends. I am at fault, and I will own up to it. I stand by it. At the time, I was truly tired of people staying friends with the person who hurt me and reacted fucking badly, and I'll admit that. I was hurt because I was constantly told how you were shit-talking me. And I'm not gonna name the people in the server who told me. I don't want them to get hate for what they said to me. I should have grown up and moved on and accept what happened. I'm truly sorry to the people I have hurt. There is nothing I can do to remedy the situation. All I can do is give closure and move on. And that is the only thing I can do is apologize for my actions. That's all I can ever do. But please don't invalidate what I went through. That's all I ask. It hurt going through that pain. It really did. I'm going to talk about the grooming allegations. I'm gonna state this to the public. I never groomed anyone. When I met Saisei Tunes, we did not talk until late June, early July 2021. He and I were sexual with each other in DMs and did erotic roleplay, which I never forced him to and asked for his consent. In our DMs, which I did rip to show I didn't groom anyone, I was proving my innocence. I was 22, turned 23 at the time, and Saisei was 18. I need to make this extremely clear. As Riedal, I started April 27th, 2021. This was still the pandemic days. And as I said before, we didn't start talking until late June, early July. Saisei and I were very sexual with each other, where he gifted me my first non-safe for work art for my birthday. That's when we were sexual. I know people will say, Angel, why the fuck would you do it with an 18-year-old? To answer your question, there are so many 18-year-olds in the platform who were extremely sexual. At the time, I truly believed I was doing the right thing until he and I both revealed we had feelings for each other. I did do phone sex with him, with his consent, even sent photos, but I never forced him to do anything. I am saying this with my mouth as his former account, Sensei Tunes, is deleted. He retweeted how much he wanted to do things with me, which I teased him for. But when it came to a relationship, I couldn't do it, even when he kept telling me it's only a 5-year difference. I did care for him as his former best friend, just like he did for me when he got into a relationship. What I did not know until I spoke to him for the final time in 2022, that he still thought of me intimately, even during moments with his girlfriend. That completely fucked me up because he showed a screenshot of me being flirtatious. It did get me angry because he was accusing me of grooming him when I did not do that. Anytime I made sexual posts as Riedal, he commented under his Sensei Tunes account being flirtatious back, even retweeting. Mind you, in September and October 2021, I was in a relationship with another man, while Saisei got with his partner. That's why we remained as best friends. We did talk about getting a threesome art together with Pandora, but I did not feel comfortable and asked him if his partner was okay with it, to which he told me that she was. The final conversation we had was exactly that, where I freaked out and snapped at him for not talking to me about this. I asked for consent numerous times before I did anything. That's why I ripped my Discord DMs with him, even showing messages from my email where he consented to roleplay. The lewd skeb artwork, we talked about it in my DMs and he paid for it, which was addressed to Saisei Tunes. I showed my evidence to Hellcast to prove I didn't groom anyone. Saisei, that day, I truly was hurt because you couldn't communicate with me when I dealt with my situations. I was hurt you didn't communicate with me about how you felt, but I am truly very sorry. I truly cared about you, even our friendship that day when you told me you had feelings for me. In my heart, I do believe you would have been better with someone that's not me. I was being truthful. However, what I have done does not invalidate how you felt, not even me talking about it. I hope this apology can give you closure, the closure that you desire, so both of us can move on. But please understand, I didn't groom you. I truly cared about you. I really and truly cared about you. And I'm being honest about that. Celestial VT. When I met Celeste, I met her late October, early November 2021. I'll admit it, I was very flirtatious with her, but I'll explain our relationship from the beginning. Her partner at the time was cheating on her, and he and I were sexual with each other. I did not know they were together because he did not tell me. I felt deceived, and I told Celeste because she had the right to know. I do want to clarify. In November 2021, I apologized publicly that I was not in control of myself at the time and owned up to it publicly. As I have said, not everyone's dissociative identity disorder is the same. Not everyone's mental health is the same. I won't explain what had happened that caused me to switch, as that information is not relevant. When Celeste and I became friends, I'll admit, just like I admitted to her in DMs, I did have a small crush on her, and I was honest about it. In my DMs, we did talk about how to make her ex jealous, and at the time, she went by he, him, which I called her my husband publicly, and she called me her wife. However, as time went on, both of us hurt each other with our words and couldn't communicate with one another. Megan has witnessed Celeste not only emotionally abusing me, but also sexually abusing me on voice chat. And she even told Celeste to stop it. Megan has been my rock through these situations and knew what I went through. Even witnessed every single one. I'll admit it. Celeste and I had numerous group chats with other people, some that involved other users. She even had me as a moderator in a couple of her servers. The only one I can truly remember was Celeste Stars, but I hardly talked in it. I'll admit, I was flirtatious. I made Celeste uncomfortable. I truly didn't know at the time because, like I said, we never communicated to each other of how we felt, that both of us resorted to talking to one mutual friend who were in these group chats about our problems. But there's something I need to make very clear, as this would be used against me. I didn't know about what Celeste was doing with minors. I truly had no idea. I'll even admit, I didn't even know she was actually 17 when I met her. She had lied to me and my partners about her age, and I cannot imagine to how many people she lied to. I even found out she was behind the account that was sexually harassing my partner and was forcing him to leave me. Before I was exposed, I still genuinely cared about Celeste, and I wanted to fix our friendship, but I couldn't because she told me in DMs when I confronted her about a VTuber slut-shaming me and on Twitch. I am going to bring up both Fearless and Mal, because I did make that situation about myself because of the slut-shaming. I was genuinely hurt because I cared about my feelings at the time, and I didn't care about others when it came to that, even though, and it sucks, I'm not a good person for what I did. I am so sorry to you both. I brought up to Celeste where I messed up. I don't want to mention the VTuber involved because I hurt them enough. Celeste and I talked in a group with a mutual friend as a mediator, where I told her what I did wrong and she reacted badly, but she confessed that this VTuber was sexual with other people. The day I talked to her one-on-one, where I confronted her about the situation was brought up on Twitch, I was upset and talked to her, and I was truly hurt. She then revealed to me that she didn't want me to take the person she cared about, and even along the line said, "I thought you were gonna force him into your poly relationship." And she said the most awful thing where she thought I was going to assault this person. That's the main reason why our friendship soured in the first place. There were so many other reasons as well where she wanted to call out her ex of being a pedophile, even asking me to find artwork, to which I did help, and I'll admit that. Because I truly cared about Celeste. She had asked me, she wanted to get her ex-friend suspended for tracing because they went to an art college. And I helped because I truly wanted to be a good friend. But I hurt people in the process. She has made a public claim that I spread her miscarriage around, which is not true. She had told myself and another person in VC. I even found out that she had shat on my own miscarriage in a VC call with another person. If Celeste is here, Celeste, I am so sorry about what happened. I was hurt from the actions you did, and I know you were hurt from the actions I did. Nothing can change that. I hope that me giving you the closure can bring you peace. I know you'll never forgive me, but I've forgiven you, and I can only hope that both of us can do better. And I truly mean that. There is one claim that I need to address this. Akuma Moo VT's claims. Mako has claimed publicly that I spread around her abuse photos, which I am debunking the claims. I never did this. If I did, there would have been proof from the people I did message that I did spread the photos in people's DMs. What I did in DMs was confess to the revenge porn against my two exes. That is all. I will explain further. A VTuber by the name of Aqua, who I was friends with, was in my server, which people called it as a revenge porn server, which was not true at all. That server was there because truthfully and genuinely we were talking about Pandora. At the time of following Mako around February, a Twitter page called Toxic Cosplayers caught my eye, and I read through it, did not feel comfortable, and dropped it in the server. At the time, her and Aqua were best friends, and while I was at work, I got alerted that she posted Mako's abuse photos. And I got instantly triggered and told one of my moderators to remove it from the server, and I told Mako in her DMs. Which I still have the screenshots to where her and I talked. I told to Aqua in her DMs, telling her what she did really hurt Mako, and that it wasn't her job to tell people someone's trauma. Mako, whether you tell the people the truth is up to you. But you and I both know that Aqua had the photos, and I did come to you in DMs telling you outright, and you talked to another person from said server who even confirmed it was Aqua. I even asked Aqua outright why did she share the photos, and her response was, I was being stupid and emotional to defend her. I know I'm stupid, okay? And you know that, Mako. I contacted you on February 10th, 2023, asking you outright, did you give Aqua to share around your abuse photos? And you showed me screenshots. I still have these messages on my phone, but for your sake, I will not reveal it as I don't want people to send hate to Aqua. You are free to hate me all you want, I accept it. I only can apologize for letting Aqua do what she did in my server, and I'm still sorry for it. I'm sorry for what happened, and I can only do so much. And I am sorry for following the toxic cosplayer account because I know it really made you angry. But truthfully, we weren't friends. I didn't know you like that. I really didn't know your past. I didn't ask you for your past. When I saw the toxic cosplayer account and saw everything that you have done, I was grossed out. And Aqua literally said that your ex was a pedophile in the server, and that was the main reason why she dropped the photos. And you knew that. You can pretend that you can say that that's not true. That's not true. You're lying. You're lying. I do have the screenshots I took where we talked to each other. You know I did not spread your photos. I just am being honest with you that I did not do it. And it's fine if you want people to believe that I did. And that's okay if people want to believe that I did. But I am telling the truth where I say, point blank period, I didn't know Mako. I really truly did not know her, nor was friends with her. I didn't even know about the abuse photos. I only knew about it because Aqua posted them in my server. That's how I knew. And I told the moderator to delete them quickly. I didn't want to see that. And truthfully, like I said, mostly all this stuff happened while I was working. This situation with Mako, I was at work when it happened. And my best friend, Megan, she is a witness to this. And that's the honest truth. Number 5. Being an abuser. I'm going to say this outright. None of my relationships were perfect. I won't reveal anything because the internet does not need to know. To my exes, I'm sorry I hurt you and everything. We did stuff that hurt each other, and I can hope we can move on from the past. You don't need, nor do you have to forgive me as I am. But I hope in the future you can forgive me. And that's the honest truth. I truly am sorry for how our relationship went down. I am truly and will forever be sorry. Another claim that I do want to make this very clear. It was basically the talks of lying about a miscarriage. I want to say that I never lied about this. It was a painful experience that hurts so badly. I don't need to prove or show medical evidence to prove I was pregnant, as no one deserves to know about the painful miscarriage that hurt me and affected my health. It's really horrible because there has been people who told me outright that they were glad I miscarried. They even said I was prone to another because of the way I eat, because I was fat. Even worse, because I had another miscarriage and I was prone to having another one. And that truly hurts me as a person. Because at the end of the day, I lost a pregnancy. And I can never get that back. To the people I hurt and deceived, I am genuinely sorry. Yes, my apologies don't mean shit to anyone. I don't deserve forgiveness or kindness. I know I hurt everyone and no one has to forgive me. All I can do is show you I can do better as a person. If people want to interact with me, I hope I can do better and show you through my actions. You throw my past at me as much as you want. I am a fuck up. But I wanted to confess on being Riedal for so long that endured it and hurting people in the process. If people do decide to forgive me on your own terms. If my presence being on Twitter hurts, I will leave the platform, but I do want to still be a content creator. Even if you don't support it or want me around, I understand. I can apologize over and over, but it will never change unless I improve and show that I am changing. We all have made mistakes that we are not proud for. I'm not proud of hurting people as my time as Riedal, and all I can do is apologize nonstop. And that's the genuine truth. Even if you don't want me to be a Shu, I want to continue being supportive and kind and showing people that I have changed. And if people don't want me on the platform, I'll gladly leave. And if you want to send me hate on Twitch, that's fine. I did mess up as a person. I'm owning up to everything. Everything that I have done, everyone that I hurt, I'm owning up to everything. It may not be enough, but I can only show through my actions that I am changing. And sure, people can throw in that, oh, well, therapy, you only been in it for a year, it doesn't help. Like, you can't say that. Yes, you are right. But therapy helped me realize that I kept holding the pain. And it showed me how I was as Riedal. And that's the sad truth. As Riedal, I was never happy. But as Shu, I was so happy to be her. Because I could show my true self. I get to be my real self. And truly care about people. In the past, as Riedal, I never got to grieve and everything, and that is the truth. I had to endure pain. I had to constantly put a smile on my face. I had to be sure that I was fucking okay. That I wasn't, and I'll admit that. I was never happy as Riedal. Being this stupid fucking succubus, like, tall mommy shit, I wasn't happy. The person who I was, it was toxic. I hurt people. And I'm saying that now because there's people who actually love me, who actually care for me, want me to do better. And I'm admitting this with my chest, that I am owning up to every single thing that I have done. If it's not enough for people, that's perfectly okay. Because no matter what, I will continue trying to change. And yes, even though I am on the blacklist, I am going to do better. I will always be remembered as Riedal. And that's fine. But I am being myself as Angel, the person behind the VTuber. owning up to her actions, owning up to what the fuck I have done. Because I don't want to hurt people anymore. I don't want to deceive people anymore. I want to be genuine. I want to be truthful. I did pull a front as Shu. And that's the saddest thing I could have ever done. And yes, I could talk and debunk all the claims and show evidence, but I don't want to. Mainly because I want to move on. Sure, I am protecting them, but at the same time, it's like, I want all of us to move on. Because we can't keep hurting each other. I can't keep hurting them, and they can't keep hurting me. I know that particular DM where I admitted to being Riedal, I was being truthful to the person I truly loved. And I didn't want to hide it. They didn't want me to hide it either. And I care about this person so much. And I care about the people who even talk to me, who try to be talking to me. And I thank them for calling me